guys, welcome back to my channel and another video in my wedding series titled Ivory Bells. This is all about my engagement party. I had so much fun my engagement party. It was a quick 3 hours with everyone that was there that was fully supportive of Gabe and I's relationship and so happy to see us together and happy. I wasn't able to film as much as I thought I was going to be. There were children there and I didn't want to put the children on a video on the internet just to protect their privacy because they don't ask to be on the internet. So that was that. So I tried to get just the adult type activities that were going down. It was super cute. I filmed Gabe and I cutting our engagement cake together, and that was a cute little clip that my maid of honor filmed for us. I have a couple of adults hitting the piñata. The piñata didn't last long at all. Two people hit it, and that was about it. My goal for the piñata was to get the adults inebriated and have them just try to hit the piñata and whatnot, but most of the adults that came did bring their children, so they couldn't really get inebriated along those lines. So we had two adults hit it. It got smashed and it wasn't even hit how it got smashed. So I will insert all the clips of my engagement party that I have at the end of this video, and I also have some just like tips and whatnot about planning an engagement party, and then I also have a few gifts that were given to me that I have permission to share in this video. So if you would like to know all about my engagement party process and the cute little videos that we have from it, stay tuned. Tip number 1, when you are planning your party, make it only a couple hours. So our engagement party was only from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., which honestly the day that we picked, the weather was a little bit humid and we were planning to have this all outside. It was in my mother's backyard because I didn't want everyone in her house. We had, our main guest list was only 30 people. We ended up inviting 40 that would RSVP, but I think only 25 actually attended. And so it was perfect. It was just 25 was the magical number. And I was so happy with everything and how it turned out. So with it only being 3 hours, you don't, as a bride, I didn't feel like I had to entertain everyone throughout the day of that day. So basically how it went is the Friday before our party, Gabe and I got off work. I went to go get a pedicure with my mother and then come back, and we went grocery shopping for all the food. We picked up our cake, and I brought over all the decor that we needed to put up. So Saturday morning, which it was so it was just a mess, to be perfectly honest. We woke up around 9. Gabe and I had some breakfast. I decided to get all the much other decor that I didn't fit in my car Friday, and I put it in my car on Saturday, and I headed over to my mother's house first. Gabe needed to pick up some of the backyard games, get some stuff from Home Depot for the piñatas and whatnot, so I made him do all the manly stuff while I did all the decor stuff. So I got over to my mother's house about 10 o'clock in the morning, and from there until 4 o'clock, I was doing decor, I was hanging everything up, I was trying to get the food ready, and with me, this is another tip. Tip number 2, ask for help. I didn't. I am the type of person that I'm very independent. I like to do things myself because if someone else doesn't do it and it's not to my standards, I don't like it. And that it doesn't do well. So I had to swallow my pride like a big adult. And I texted my maid of honor. I was like, I need your help. Can you please come over? And luckily, she only lives around the block from where my mother's house is, so she was there within 30 minutes, and because she has a son, it did take a little longer for her to get there. So that was that, and thank God for her, like, just God bless my maid of honor for putting up with me for like the next year. Like, bless her heart, bless my fiance, just bless everyone who has to put up with me. So thankfully she was there and she helped me, and then once my fiance came, he helped as well, but I made his priority the food because he is great at food. So I was like, you do the food, I'll do the decor, and then everything will come together, hopefully. So once the decor was all up, we started hanging up everything. We put everything together. We started putting out the food, and then guests started coming. And so since the invitations were out and it said from 4 to 7, I made it perfectly clear to my bridesmaids. I was like, I need you here at 4. I am not a person who likes being late. I do not like it when other people are late. And if I hand you a paper invite a month in advance and it says the time and the place that you need to be, I expect you to be there. So again, God bless all my bridesmaids. They were there within 10 minutes from 4 o'clock. It's better than 5 because that's usually when most of my bridesmaids would get there. So they were all on time, like thank God. And then I had to run out to the corner store to get some bug spray because the mosquitoes in Austin were just horrible that night. So I ran out, and for me it felt like it took 5 minutes to go, and then I came back. Every single one of my guests showed up, and I wasn't there, and I felt so bad. I was just mad at myself. I was like, what? Why didn't I just think about getting bug spray earlier in the day? Why did I wait 5 minutes before our party was supposed to start? And then everyone just started flooding to Gabe and I, and it was overwhelming for me personally to have everyone just come to us at once. It was hot, it was sweaty, we were in my mother's house, the kitchen was hot, and it made it for a little bit uncomfortable for myself, and I felt like I wasn't giving my guests the proper attention that I think that they deserve. They're the ones who came to my party. They're the ones who are celebrating for us. They took time out of their day to come celebrate us. I felt that I wasn't appreciating them enough. So after that, after I was able to say hello to everybody and introduce my part of my guests to Gabe and then his guests to me, it was fun. We had tacos, we had nachos, we had some guacamole that my family friend made for us, which was fantastic. That was the first thing to be gone. Everyone loved it. And it was a fun time. And we had a backyard game that most of the high school kids were playing along with the little kids. It was just basically cornhole. I don't know if most people know what that is, but it's basically 2 things with a hole in it, and each team tries to throw it in. You make it to 21, and that's how you win the game. So everyone loved being able to throw beanbags, and that was actually a huge hit of it as well. And another hit was that my bridesmaid, Elsie, she brought her schnauzer as well. So the entire 4 hours, my schnauzer and her schnauzer were just running over the whole place. And she actually brought her schnauzer in a little gown for the party. And I think I have that video, so I will make sure to upload it as well at the end of the video. So tip number 3. Cook everything the day before if you can. And we cooked everything that day, and luckily my mother was there to help, and we kind of cooked everything in crock pots, but it heated up the whole house. And so if you are having your engagement party at someone's house, I would try to cook everything the day before, like semi-cook it, put it away, and then once the day of the party actually starts, just to warm everything up. And that's how you also keep everything from not being super hot. So that was my tip for number 3. Tip number 4, delegate things with your bridesmaids. This party has taught me that the bridesmaids that I have in my party, they're there to help me. They're there to support me, and I have 6 of the most amazing women in my life that have agreed to support me for the next year of my wedding. And I was just like, you know what, this is my party for Gabe and I wanted to put this on. I'm the one who planned this. I want them to enjoy themselves. But honestly, I needed all the help that I could have. So I would have delegated more things to my bridesmaids. And my bridesmaids were wonderful. They asked if they needed to bring anything. They asked if they wanted me to have them come early to help set up or clean up or anything along those lines. So I was very thankful for that. But I wish I would have dedicated more things for them to do in the party. So some of the gifts that we got for our engagement party were just the cutest little things. So the first thing is this snow globe, which is skeleton based, and it says love never dies. And this was actually from my coworker and her husband, and I love it. She knows me to a T. I am all about skulls and skeletons just all year round. I love Day of the Dead. I love everything around that. So she knew that this was actually perfect. And the funny thing is, when she told me that she picked this out, she is not the one who picked it out. Her 8-year-old son actually picked it out for us. And so she gave us this, and she gave us a gift card to Home Goods, which I ended up buying a Dutch oven with. And if you watched my haul before this video, you would see it and my whole background about why I had to have that Dutch oven. So next is from my bridesmaids, Teresa. She gave me this cute little sign that says you, me, and the dog. I freaking love this. This is actually hanging above Trevor's dog bowl, and I am planning on putting pictures of us and the dog either below it or above it, because I just think this is the cutest freaking thing in the world. And it can stand up, as you can see, but we actually have it hanging on a wall. And Teresa also got us our Mr. and Mrs. mugs. And so if you follow me on Instagram, you saw a picture that I uploaded of the two skeletons, and they were kind of Day of the Dead theme, and it said Mr. and Mrs. And my fiance and I actually passed on those items, and ever since then I have just been kicking myself for not purchasing those mugs. So she was sweet enough to also get us our Mr. and Mrs. mugs. So how cute are these? And last one of our gifts is this cute little Q&A book that a family friend actually got for us. And basically it's just whatever the day is. This is June 6th and then June 7th. And basically for 3 years you write in this book. And so June 6th is, when was the last time you astonished yourself? And then June 7th is, when I see you smile, I blink. And so as a couple, both of you go in there and you write basically what your answers are. And for 3 years, you kind of just see how your minds and your thought processes have changed over the 3 years. So I thought this was just the cutest idea ever. And it gives us something to do for 3 years. So before I get into the clips of our engagement party, there's one thing that I wanted to show you. And this is it. This is the wreath that I made for our our engagement party, and it has all these strings right here. And I made this. It has cute little Fiesta things. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. And then little sombreros. And basically what it is, it's just paper flowers glued onto a wreath holder. And I love this so much. What is so depressing is that it was supposed to be on the front door and no one even saw it. Even though people walked into our house through the front door, no one really saw it. So I'm kind of sad about that, but regardless, it was beautiful. It was so much fun to make. The people that did see it thought it was so creative and so cute. So right now we just have this hanging on our wall in our house. It matches absolutely nothing, so I just think it's cute. So that is basically this video. I am going to, after this little clip, I'm going to insert all the footage that I have and pictures that we took during our engagement party. And if you have any questions or anything along those lines, any questions, comments, concerns about our party, or just if you want to say hello, just please leave a comment down below. And thank you guys so much for watching my wedding series, and hello to all the new subscribers that I have, and y'all have a fun day. Bye.